Hello from Spain. Today I really want to explain you how to use the new rail center paints that probably most of you have seen in some shops or in internet or in some magazines or in some videos. But I really want to share with you how to use them with brush and airbrush, which is very important if you are thinking about to buy those paints, because you will find many useful tips right now in this video. Of course, there are many options if you want to get the rail center products. For example, the very big boxes, solution boxes that contain absolutely everything. But there are also many other options for different subjects, like for example, little packs where you can find 6 colors for different subjects, for different railway companies, but not only for locomotives, also for wagons. And this is something that I will use today to paint one box car, a classic one. In more specifically, this one that is something cheap, just for testing. It is just in plastic, not painted, and I will use it to paint with my airbrush, so you will see all properties of the new rail center paints. Anyway, talking about the little sets, here you can find different colors for different versions, for different kind of wagons, and for many details. Not only for trains, not only for locomotives, but also there are many different sets for example, roads, railways, buildings, vegetations, different textures, and all kind of subjects that are useful when you are making your layout at home. So let's go to start with this. That is one of the wagon that I was talking about. Is the typical one, a classic one, but will be perfect, absolutely perfect to understand how to use those paints. So let's start by using this. Let's clean my table, and the most important thing that you must know before you start using those paints is that you doesn't need a primer. Most of the times it's a very tired task, no? To primer the wagons or your stuff, and some people doesn't like it. No? In that case, those paints are extremely strong, and you can use them directly in your airbrush and start painting over your wagon. Those paints are specifically designed for modelers who make railway. Most of the colors are, of course, for different railways companies and different subjects, but this also is a special paint that is very strong, like I told you before, doesn't need primering, and you can see it contains also one of our typical steering valves to help to shake it and to mix the color inside very well, with a very comfortable cap that allows you to open and close with only one hand, which is very important, especially when you have your airbrush in the other hand. It's very convenient to open with one finger, drop inside the airbrush, and close with the other finger. So that is one of the most interesting things in comparison with other paints. Also, something important that I must tell you about that is that those paints are completely matte, dry very fast, are not toxic, and are water-based. So you can clean it with just water. You doesn't need to thin down the paint, so you doesn't need thinner. Obviously, we have a thinner in case that you want to make softer layers, but you doesn't need a thinner to use in your airbrush. You can use directly in your airbrush without any kind of problem, but also you can use by brush directly from the jar without any problem. Here I want to show you one little trick that I use in my bottles. I like to paint in the first moment the top of the cap with the inside color, just to help me to identify the colors very quick when I store all my paints in a rack or something like that. So the colors in the cup allow me to recognize the color that I need very quick. In another hand, you will know that it's very strong, even if I painted the cup that is very glossy and with no primering, you cannot remove the color in the cup. So that is a good proof that the paints are very strong and will fit very well over the plastic of your wagons or your locomotives or any other thing. But not only acrylic colors, also enamel products that will help you to make the weathering in your wagons. You have also a product to make chipping, that is this one, to make scratches and chipping. You have a nice range of washes, also a totally necessary enamel odorless thinner, and also many other products like streaking or even pigments. So you have all necessary to paint your wagons from the beginning to the end. So something like that, no? This box contains everything that you need. Obviously here you can see also some AMO products, that is the mother company of Rail Center, but all AMO products are compatible with the Rail Center products, and all of them can be used and applied over the acrylic paints, which is the most important, because you don't want that when you apply a wash, your paint came off because the turpentine or white spirit, no? So this is why it's very important to use the compatible products to paint directly over the acrylic bases. But anyway, in another video, not in this one, I will explain you how to paint a locomotive like this one, the typical that you buy in your shop that is already painted and is just ready to make the weathering. In that case, I will explain you another method, but in another video, using the Rail Center paints with another product to make a nice weathering very quick, very easy also, and very fast. But now let's go to paint our boxcar, for example, with a brown color, and of course using an airbrush. That is totally recommendable, but you can paint also by brush, and I will make another example explaining you how to make by brush, no? But with the airbrush, I think that most of you have an airbrush at home, and you will go really fast painting your model and with no problems, and you will see that the look is very nice at the end. We have a really huge range of different kind of browns and red browns, like those ones, so you will be able to paint your wagon as you want, no? According to the company or the situation, more faded or more new, but there are a lot of variation, not only in USA but also in Europe. We have very different colors from different good wagons, no? Anyway, I will choose any of them. For example, this red brown, that will be more than enough, because I just want to use this like an example. I don't pretend to paint something extremely well, just for testing and just for explain you how to use those paints. Just shake it very well, and directly you can drop over your airbrush. Very important, look the position of the bottle, of the jar, is totally vertical. Don't drop like this, or you will make dirty this part of the cup. So if you apply the color in that position, it will keep always clean. Just drop the drops that you want. You don't need to add any kind of thinner, and you can observe that the cup is still completely clean, which is very important. Here I have the color, maybe not too much for all this wagon, a bit more, and we can start painting. No thinning, just straight from the bottle, and with a pressure of 1.5 kilograms more or less. And the most important, doesn't matter how you paint, because the look will be always nice. I mean, you can start painting whatever you want, very close, very far, and the final look will be always perfect and smooth, because those paints are self-leveling. So this means that doesn't matter how you paint it, the final look will be always uniform. That is something totally different to other kind of paints that you probably are used to use. Let's go and start painting. So one of the first things that you will see is that it covers extremely well over any kind of surface, and doesn't matter which color you are using, it covers really fast, and you don't need to apply many layers. Also, it dries very fast, which is very important. So you can see how fast the color is covering all surface. And now I will demonstrate you how, in case that you make a mistake, or in case that you are a beginner and you doesn't know how to use the airbrush, and you overflow the surface, this paint will work like a kind of lacquer paint. This means that it needs time to self-leveling in the surface, and the final look will be completely smooth and flat. So let's do it here. Imagine that here I am overflowing the surface, applying too much quantity, like you can see, and you will see the final look, and you will be shocked for sure. So I painted this side very well, and the other side worse, no? Trying to accumulate too much. You can see here, no, the accumulation, but in the other side is already flat, already matte, because I applied just one coat and was more than enough to cover the surface. Let's continue here in the roof. So you don't need to be a professional of the airbrush. You doesn't need experience painting with the airbrush. Doesn't matter how you paint it. It will be always nice and professional. Very fast, I am covering the roof. I think that probably really few paints can do that. I mean, to cover the surface so quick like this one. Obviously with some kind of lacquers, no? But the lacquers, you know the problem, that is toxic most of the times, smell very bad, so it's not family friendly. So this is a good alternative in case that you want to do something fast, without bad smells, and with a perfect final look. Let's paint the frontal part, the sides, and the model is already finished. So let this dry, and you will see the final look in a few seconds after you cover all surface. To make the fading, I will use two different colors that you can mix whatever you want, just to make different variations. You can add more of this or the other one. Both are similar colors to the brown base color, but this time, if you want to make a kind of transparencies or more subtle cover, I recommend you to add a little thinner, and you will obtain softer and smoother coats. So let's go. We can apply over this area. First, start outside, making movements from up to down. Try to paint over the center of the panels. Don't overspray over all surface in the same way. Just try to make it random and regular. Okay, so we will obtain different colors. You can see compared with the doors that both sides are more faded and more orange. No? And finally, to show you how to use it with brush, let's make some patches of different colors. For example, those two that are a bit different, and we will paint directly with brush over the surface. So let's paint directly, making some kind of squares. You can use also mask and airbrush to do that, but sometimes I like it to make it more irregular, like you can see in many real wagons. Don't make excessive contrast doing this. Try to keep it subtle and don't overdo it. As you can see, the colors fit very well over the already painted surfaces that you can see now. The look is very nice. But what happens if you are painting directly plastic with brush? So let's see here a different example. This is just any plastic part that I will use for testing, and I will take a green color just to show you how easy it is to paint directly over the plastic. This is very useful because when you need to paint a house or any kind of building or a structure and you want to paint it fast, or you want to paint just some elements or parts, could be very convenient to paint it by brush and paint directly over the plastic. Let's see here that the color fit very well over any kind of surface. Doesn't matter if it's plastic, metal, you will have no problems to cover anything. And doesn't matter which color, doesn't matter if it's white, yellow, it covers always extraordinarily well. Another important point is that when we let dry it, we will observe that the paint is self-leveling and will be almost impossible to see the marks of the brush. Anyway, I don't recommend you that you thin down the color. Just apply one coat in one direction, and maybe if you want even softer coverage, you can apply another coat in the opposite direction, and you will obtain a very smooth surface with that. I painted this, I will let dry, but here you have some other examples that I made before, and you can observe that the look is very smooth and nice, or even here. So remember, those paints can be used directly in your airbrush. Just drop it inside and you doesn't need to add any kind of thinner. In case that you want to thin down a little, you can use the same rail center thinner, which will provide you more transparent layers in case that you want to make dust or any other kind of effects like fading. Also, you can apply those paints directly with your brush over any kind of surface. Doesn't matter if it's plastic or metal or cardboard or plaster or any other, those paints will fix very well in any kind of surface, and you will be so surprised how they work. So that's all. In the next videos I will explain you some weathering tips and also how to make the weathering in a locomotive. I hope you like it, guys. See you soon.
Discover many more videos on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate notifications. Thank you for watching.